There are so many words I'd like to say. There are so many places I'd describe.
Welcome to Treehouse Sessions. It's 8 p.m. or just about thereafter.
It's the time of the month.
It is the time of the month. It's the magical time of the month where we all gather and we listen to some absolutely fantastic, astoundingly good musicians. We have coming up.
You're saying Josh
Josh,
Slough?
aren't I? Yeah, Josh Slough. Josh is he's just behind me. He's signed to a publishing deal in LA, working with a brilliant producer who's also been the production on some of Katie Tunstall, James Morrison and Jason Mraz, which is, yes, you can go if you want.
And then we've got Patrick Brewer, who's local and he's been on the circuit for a number of years, apparently.
He has, yeah.
And he's very good at bearing his soul, apparently.
Yeah.
That's what you've told me.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to
Bearing
that.
the soul. And before we introduce our first act, what people don't normally do is encourage people to use phones in the audience. What we'd like you to do, folks, and viewers at home, you won't have to use your phones, you can use computers, is make sure you tweet, make sure you share on Facebook, photographs, live. We want to push the artists as best we can, and the only way to do that is if your phones are on silent and you are getting involved in making this thing just brilliant all over. And that leaves me just to present our first artist on stage. I hope your fingers are nice and warm, or at least they're there. Amit Dattani is, in my view, a little bit of a legend, having looked at some stuff that he's done and done a bit of research. Probably not what you're expecting, but exceptionally brilliant. Please lend your ears and warm your treehouse hands for Amit Dattani.
Knock in a jar, I burned out a cigarette, stumbling home drunk with a hole in my side. If I can play cornet like good old Louis Armstrong, keep that repetition blowing, 'cause the words I cannot find. Sometimes they curl up, land on the paper. Most time they shrivel up and die with the tide. I keep my sorrow like a brook with no meander. Keep that beauty ever flowing, 'cause the words I cannot find. Oh, Santiago, see that cherry fading stones are all you find. Oh, cast your net down, dig deep within and hook another line. Lay down a flagpole for the art of this creation. The process of creating has left me running cold now. I'll spin a 45 and listen for an answer. From my mattress I can fall out, 'cause the words I cannot find. Oh, Santiago, see that cherry fading stones are all you find. Oh, cast your net down, dig deep within and hook another line. Oh, Santiago, See that cherry fading stones are all you find. Oh, 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 cast your net down, dig deep within and hook another line. There is. Thanks very much. So my name's Amit from Dudley. Yes. Live in Birmingham now. Not so much of a cheer there. That was a song called Santiago, and it's the title track from a forthcoming album that I've recorded recently. It's going to be out next year. And this is also from that album. It's called Boats and Trains. It's got nothing to do with boats or trains. It's actually about my old next door neighbour who I used to live next door to, which is what neighbours do. And she was really a nice lady. She used to give me Christmas presents and, was always just really sweet with me and my brother. But she also had a bit of a wicked side as well. And I used to walk her to the post office because she fractured her hip and she was kind of getting better, so I'd walk her to the post office. And one day we were walking there and someone's dog defecated on the pavement, and he just walked off and left it there. So she took a carrier bag out of her pocket and picked it up, which I thought was really community minded of her. And then she kind of swiveled the bag around and then swung it round and round and then let go, and it hit the guy off the back of the neck. And yeah, so this is kind of influenced by Joan. I promise there won't be this much tuning in between every song, unless you want it. Through a boat and a train, I'm passing you by. I can't find the words to save the sun, as I dug up the ground for a taste of the dirt, for that better rock and nitrogen. You'll find me on that 17th floor where I keep all my shoes in a line. I'll fly up to that ledge up in the sky where I'll sit with Audrey Hepburn and drink wine. I used to be a wasp on the ears that I've since lost, and I'd sting all those bastards with my words until I found another me on a tray beneath the sea. He'd help me spray that voice out to the world. You'll find me clutching photos of our faces on a chair of oak we were old in a year. I'll sing up, my words may have lost the meaning, but they're weighing down on all that we hold dear now. I used to settle down, paint my paintings town to town, smoking colours with my hair running wild. And now all I smoke is green on an image that I dreamed, and my frame jumped up and ran a mile. You'll find me with my brushes in a pan, frozen in the water to the side. I'll look up, give a wink and then a smile, and draw another blank till I'm done now. Say, ooh, through a boat and a train, I'm passing nearby. I can't find the words to save the sun, as I dug up the ground for a taste of the dirt, for that better rock and nitrogen. So yeah, I've moved to Birmingham a few years ago, and this was written soon after that period of time. I feel really powerful being this high up, just so you know. So it's quite, but still massively insecure. I found a house that feels like a home. I found a house that feels like a home. 'Cause I've been crying, drying my tears through it all. Yeah, I found a house that feels like a home. And keep your eyes rested on my face. And keep your eyes on my face. 'Cause I've been growing older in time. Please keep those eyes on my face. Clean another stone from my screen, 'cause I had a lot of problems with me, and if I keep my mind and my body in check, yeah, and clear all those stones from my screen. I climb the highest mountain to see that I can't climb out of bed with you next to me. I'll raise my neck and try to reflect that I can't find the gap to sneak out of this nap. What a thrill keeping still can bring me. What a thrill keeping still can bring me. What a thrill keeping still can bring me. Thanks very much. So I'm going to play one more song. I promised there wouldn't be any more tuning, but I lied. And this is a song called Hummingbird. I've been told that I sometimes write songs that aren't the most cheerful. So this is a song about a hummingbird. Nothing bad happens to the hummingbird. It just exists. Lives a happy life within the song. Outside of the song, has addiction issues, and thanks ever so much to Aid for asking me to come and play in his beautiful treehouse, and hi Aid, and yeah, hope you're all enjoying yourselves. Looking very cosy there. Enjoy the rest of your evening. I'm called Amit, Dattani. If anyone wants to know how to spell it, then come and speak to me, because that's just the easier way to do it, to be honest. Once was a hummingbird, feathers of tobacco. Lived in the sky a mile at a time. And the sun shone honey on his beak every morning. He bathed in that gladness and soared across the land. He longed for the sun and the rays stretched towards him. He longed for the stars and they showed him the way. He longed his dearest love would circle his horizon. He weighed with a song in his wings, yeah, beating on.
what a brilliant start to the show. Those fingers, those are his slow songs. They're like a blur normally. I haven't seen fingers move that fast. I'm not going to say things. It was incredible. Amit will be joining us in the Green Lounge shortly. First, we're going to have a quick chat with our new besties, Josh Flowers and Patrick Brewer, to find out a little bit more about what makes you tick.
Right.
Yeah. So you can start off with the questions.
Okay, so Josh, I know that you've been up until now you've been playing in bands, and you've just started out in your solo career.
Mm-hmm.
How's that going for you? Is it any
good.
different?
Yeah, it's good. It's different. Really enjoying being. What I've figured out is I'm a bit of a control freak. Is that for you or me?
Don't know.
I kind of like to be able to do what I want.
Yeah.
And it's been really nice having a bit of time where I can just experiment and be a bit weird and yeah, I don't know, write some calm. Also, being in a band, often you make loud noise, and it's quite nice to make some quieter songs and be a bit calm about
Bit more space in your head.
Yeah,
You've
I
had a
feel like
couple
it's
of
in my head as well. The
You've
space
had
is in my
2
head.
singles already.
Yeah, so just 2 months ago released the first one. That one's called The Car You Drive, and the last one just came out called Favourite Record.
Yeah, and how's that going?
It's good. I think they've been well received. They're quite different from the other stuff I've done, so I think we've been, pleasantly surprised. And some people have really engaged, and some people have been like, "That's not for me. That's fine." Can't keep everyone happy. You just got to do what you want to do, really, don't you?
Well, music is about expressing yourself, isn't it?
Yeah.
And it's not about expressing everybody else.
Exactly.
Although a lot of people manage to do that, but I suppose it's like
Yeah.
horoscopes, isn't it? You write one for the masses, and then everyone goes, "Oh, well, actually, yeah."
I see a bit of myself in that. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, but it is about yourself. It's about how you feel and what you want to vent.
Yeah,
in
I think it's about the way that we all live in the same world, but we all have a different way of processing it.
Yeah.
So writing songs is about just having one particular person's filter on that world.
Yeah. Yeah, and I
That's
think
it.
we've mentioned it before, haven't we? It's like art. It's like any art. You can sit and stare at a painting, and everybody will have a different view
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
on what it means, what the translation is.
No two people ever read the same book,
Yeah.
as someone said.
Yeah.
Who that is, but
Yeah, we don't know who that was.
it was me.
Brilliant, was it you?
was
Excellent.
tonight.
Well, I'm going to take that. I'm going to take that to the bank. Patrick, now you're quite elusive actually on Tinternet.
I'm less successful than Josh.
No, I just think you're just a bit elusive. Like quite a few of our performers are actually. We had a little bit of a chat, and you've been playing since the age of 7.
Yeah, playing guitar since the age of 7.
Yeah, playing guitar. You've been in bands. Recently gone solo.
Yeah.
Hey.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
You can bond over that.
It's pretty much a male bonding experience
Yeah.
for all of you actually.
You
tonight.
guys are going to leave in a minute, and then we'll just get on with the whole thing.
Yeah, okay. Well, I think we might cut it short and then leave the cameras rolling. It says here that is any bands that we might know of at all?
Well, that I've played in.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
They're the best ones.
Brilliant.
Just as elusive.
All the best bands.
So I know reading some of the stuff that's gone back and forward between us. You didn't sing, did you, before?
No. So I was always the guy on the right hand side of the stage.
Yeah, I was that guy
I was
sometimes
Noel,
as
I was
well.
Noel for
Pan right,
years.
that's
I
you.
was Noel for years, and then, like Noel, just thought.
And then you moved to London, didn't you?
Yeah, and weirdly, where Josh is from, New Cross, there's a pub there, New Cross Inn.
Okay.
Great pub.
Yeah.
Did an open mic there, and then that's where it all changed.
One of the only pubs that's still, dirty and good around there.
Yeah. Yeah, it's good.
And because you kind of became a bit of a musical recluse, didn't you, at that time when you moved to London, having not sung and then decided to go solo.
Yeah.
How hard was that for you?
After a few years, it was all right. Yeah, I just was a bedroom guitarist for ages. Played guitar for a couple of people, but just for one reason or another, just felt like I needed to do it on my own.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, literally the week beforehand, I was like, I'm going to do it tonight, and the open mic got cancelled, and I was like, maybe it's in the stars.
Yeah.
And then the week after, I grew a pair and actually did it.
Wicked.
So, yeah, it's cool.
Well, fair
And,
play
you know,
to
it's
you
changed
both.
everything for me. So yeah.
Yeah. Well, we'll chat a bit more about that when we get the next interview. But we're going to send you out now to get ready on stage.
Cool.
And we're going to welcome Amit in and congratulate him. So thank you very much, and I'll see you in a bit.
Likewise.
Break a leg, but not
Or try not to
but
break
not on
the
the
camera.
stairs. Did he do that as I said break a leg?
Yeah, he did.
Amit, well done, mate.
That was amazing.
That was incredible.
Really, really good.
Incredible.
Hey, mate.
Thank you very much. This is Josh.
Good stuff.
Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Yeah.
With because your voice is amazing. I really,
thanks,
really
man.
enjoyed that. What are your musical influences? Do you model yourself in someone else? Or?
Yeah, a bit of a mixture really. I'm kind of into kind of sort of older American folk music,
Yeah.
and blues, country blues and root stuff. So kind of old blues players like Mississippi John Hurt and Big Bill Brunsey, but also I love Bob Dylan and
Yeah.
there's a guy called Paul Carreri from Virginia who's fantastic. He's a big influence.
Yeah.
Yeah, a bit of a mixture. Yeah.
Because we were looking at 50 years of elbow room.
50 miles of elbow
50
room.
miles,
Yeah.
50 years.
Fi-
There's a bit
Pretty
of
much
something
the
on my
same.
glass. Yeah, 50 years of elbow
Yes.
room.
Yeah.
What because that kind of explains a little bit
Yeah,
more
it
about
does.
where you're
Yeah.
from, isn't it? Tell us a
Yeah.
little bit about that.
Yeah, so I co-present a show on Brum Radio called 50 Miles of Elbow Room. It'll be on tomorrow at 2 o'clock. It's on
Okay.
every 2 weeks.
On Sundays.
On Sundays. It's kind of a mixture of Americana, we kind of broadly call it Americana music.
Okay.
Although we kind of jokingly refer to the fact that there's not really a distinct definition of what Americana is, it's just kind of stuff. But kind of mostly that sort of folk music. We play kind of things that are influenced by kind of American music and British music as well, so kind of things like West African music that's got elements of blues in it as well, and Cajun music and all sorts, and English folk, so a bit of a mixture, old and new.
Yeah.
We mostly just argue with each other for 2 hours, pretty much. If you listen,
Best
that's
kind of
pretty much
radio.
what it is, yeah.
Best kind of radio.
Yeah. So
Okay.
Are they pre-recorded the Brum Radio shows?
they're
or
done
is it-
live
goes it
mostly, yeah. Mostly, yeah. When we can make it in.
Sounds good. I'm going to tune in.
Yeah.
I'm
do,
going to
yeah.
have a listen.
Sounds like
I'm gonna have a
my
listen tomorrow
jam,
before I
big
start.
time.
Before I start the post-production, which is always a lovely thing to do. Because I watched the interview with
Milk bar thing.
the Milk
Yeah.
Bar. Yeah, I'm just trying to think of the
It's
guy's name. I've
Jason, I think is
Jason.
Yeah.
Flower. No.
Jason.
That would be a strange question.
Yeah, Jason Forrest.
Yes.
Forrest.
Jason Forrest. he did a good. You both did a really, really good
Oh.
interview, actually.
Oh dear.
Yeah. So we've lost power.
It's alright, I can still hear us.
That's
Very
all right.
cosy in here, it's nice.
Yeah, we have a candle.
Put the ring on, Greg. Put the ring on, Greg.
We have a candle.
Okay. The
We've got a
ring's
ring
going on.
coming in.
I like it.
These
Oh.
these things happen.
Wow.
These things
Wow.
happen. Wow. Yeah.
Is that the Lord of the Rings ring? Is that the,
That's the one ring.
the one ring? Do we need to chuck that into lava or
It's
something?
my
Do we need
precious.
to- Creepy.
Welcome to live broadcast.
Yeah.
Yeah. And there
It's
is
not
a
the
lot.
first time the power's gone this evening.
There is
no,
a
that's-
there is a lot of a lot goes on behind the scenes that can go wrong, and this is probably the first time anything's gone wrong, really, isn't it? Yeah. I'm just asking the ring holder, the keeper of the ring.
Sorry.
I think
Yeah. So we're currently thinking about going out to social media. I don't know whether that's a possibility, because we don't want to exhaust all of our questions in the first interview, because then we'll just be sitting there bonding, which is not a bad thing. To be fair.
Oh, not sure I'm up for that. Wasn't in the.
No, I know.
Wasn't in a
I
job
know.
description.
Yeah, it wasn't. But you did mention.
Unsolicited bonding.
With it's not unsolicited. It is in the script. You've signed.
Bond
You've signed
now.
for
We
that.
We did
Bond
sign
now.
this thing.
That was
let's
so-
go, let's go.
James and Vic, have you got some social media for us out there?
Have you handed over there, Aid? Thanks very much. Yeah, brilliant. Thanks, Aid. Wow, Amit was amazing, wasn't he? That was superb. So we're having to share a mic here. The lights have gone off, but we're coping. thank you for tuning in. If you want to get involved with us, it's Twitter or Instagram at these sessions, and Facebook us, just Treehouse Sessions, or if you want to do email, if you're on that slow one, it's bark@thesessions.co.uk. So we've had quite a few messages through, haven't we, Vic?
Yeah, we have. Yeah, from far and wide. So all the way up north, John in Teesside says, great tracks from Amit. Really like Santiago.
And we've got Sally in West Glamorgan, Scotland, up there. Must be nippy tonight. Lovely music, she says.
Also, Mark, I don't know where he's from, but he says Amit has a great sense of humour and songs are pretty good too.
Jojo in Newcastle. So we're attracting the north today. Just what you need in an autumn night.
And Fire Rain from Shropshire. This is so unique. Just stumbled across this on Treehouse Sessions. Fantastic.
Few more in online. Shah says, really enjoying the session. We've got an anonymous one saying, loving the show so far. Keep up the good work. Stay frosty. So you must be nice and warm inside. Thanks for that. And wonderful Treehouse Sessions. Great atmosphere. Looking forward to Act 2. Is in the audience.
Right, well, keep your messages coming in, guys. It's amazing to get them. It's really appreciated. And if you've got any questions you might like to ask the any of the artists, please send them in, and we might be able to ask them live on the Treehouse Sessions. So, after the amazing finger picking from Amit, we are going to warm our hands for the sublime Patrick Brewer on stage now. If you'd like to give him a warm Treehouse welcome, please, guys.
Woo-hoo!
I'm going home and take me to the edge of all you know. Take your time, I wonder what it takes to make you mine. When you're up and when you're down, when you don't want to be found, when you're alone and the feeling that the morning will never come. So stay with me and stay with me, and better days if you stay with me. Is it enough to see you through? Then I'll sing this little song for you. And all you give becomes a lesson that I live. I can't stand a step further without your hand. When you're up and when you're down, when you don't want to be found, and the night feels like relief as the stars lead you to me. So stay with me and stay with me, and better days if you stay with me. Is it enough to see you through? Then I'll sing this little song for you. There's things from yesterday that hang on the tongue and won't go away. It's a bad dream and I want nothing more than to live in the light. So stay with me and stay with me, and better days if you stay with me. Is it enough to see you through? Then I'll sing this little song. Stay with me, and better days if you stay with me. Is it enough to see you through? Then I'll sing this little song for you.
Thanks very much. There is no sound, right? That's not a stupid question, is it? There's no heater as well, which is the more important bit. Sort it out. Right, this is a new one. It's called Old Grey Coat, which I could do with actually, if anyone's got an old grey coat that I could wear right now.
When you take it all from me, well, you said you'd set me free. Well, you want me for yourself, and you need nobody else. Now we'll never be alone, have a place to call home. And you said that it's too much, then you said you had enough. Oh, and I beg you to let me go, turn my back to the rain in my old grey coat. And I beg you to let me go away. Will you take it all from me? Well, you said you'd set me free. Will you want me for yourself, and you need nobody else? Now we'll never be alone, have a place to call home. And you said that it's too much, and you said you had enough. Oh, and I beg you to let me go, turn my back to the rain in my old grey coat. And I beg you to let me go away. Oh, and I've let you and drag me down, turn my face to the floor and then upside down. And I beg you to let me go away. Oh, and I beg you to let me go, turn my back to the rain in my old grey coat. And I beg you to let me go away. Oh, and I've let you and drag me down, turn my face to the floor and then upside down. And I beg you to let me go away.
Thank you very much. Whoa, is that an echo? Fucking hell. That reverb is good. I hope that was someone singing it and it's that catchy that they're like, yeah, got it, got it. The heater still isn't working, by the way, so it's not all sorted. Yes, my name's Patrick Brewer. I've got a couple more songs, so I'm going to try and rattle through them as quickly as I can. This one's called Where You Are.
close to the flames of a tower of fires, burning a hole in 1,000 skies, sitting in the bed of the deep blue sea, asking myself what's wrong with me. And now I know where you are, and I see how far we can go before it tears us apart. Only love can be broken from the start. I don't know what to say to you, but I want to come home to you. Searching behind your guard to find faults in your hair start to unwind, sitting before the riverside view, picturing myself all alone with you. And now I know what to say, and I feel this way. And there are things that I need to amend, but I know we'll live forever, my friend. I don't know what to say to you, but I want to come home to you.
Thanks very much. My fingers are way too cold for stuff like that, man. I don't know how Amit did it. Some magic has happened here. That is not normal. Back to the plectrum. Right, this one's called Last Chance to Run.
I know I'm gonna take myself a long, long way from you. Been here before, but this time I'll see it too. Taking my life in my own hand, tell my baby so she'll understand. I know I'm gonna take myself a long, long way from you, but it feels so right, so I'll be staying till the morning light. And I feel tonight is gonna be the last chance to run from you. I know I'm gonna take myself a long, long way from you. Nobody knows, but it's something I need to do. Sold my soul for the last time down the river without a line. I know I'm gonna take myself a long, long way from you, but it feels so right. And I'll be staying till the morning light. And I feel tonight is gonna be the last chance to run from you. and slide away. And slide away. And give it all you got. But it feels so right, and I'll be staying till the morning light. And I feel tonight there's gonna be the last chance to run from you. But it feels so right, and I'll be staying till the morning light. And I feel tonight there's gonna be the last chance to run from you. Thank you very much. Right, last one. Thank you so much for listening, and thanks to Aid for having me. This is wicked.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Right, this one's another new one. It's called See the Sun. Enjoy the rest of your evening as well. Falling through my hands like rain. This life just don't seem the same. I left nothing but my name. I'm blown away like autumn leaves. Your words just don't speak to me. I want something more than free. But if you'd only listen, and if you had the time, and if you could find the words that'll make me change my mind, then baby, why not stay until the morning? We can lay out in the evening if you wanna see the sun. And I want something to believe, just to find out what it means. I want something more than free. And I had so much left to say, and I would pay my final token, and just to keep from my mind being left unspoken. But if you'd only listen, and if you had the time, and if you could find the words that'll make me change my mind, then baby, why not stay until the morning? We can lay out in the evening if you wanna see the sun. So baby, why not stay until the morning? We can lay out in the evening if you wanna see the sun. Oh baby, why not stay until the morning? We can lay out in the evening if you wanna see the sun.
Thank you very much. Enjoy your evening.
Okay, you're watching the Treehouse live, and it is very live, and we have
It's very, very live.
we have our little problems occasionally. But welcome back to the Green Lounge, and we're here with Amit and Josh. Hello, Josh.
Hello.
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 Yes, please do share that microphone. Josh, your new single is called My Favourite Record.
It's just favourite record,
Favourite record.
but it is
I'd
my
like to know what
favourite record.
your favourite record was then.
Right now, I'm really enjoying Yankee Hotel Foxtrot by Wilco.
Okay.
If you haven't heard that, listen to it.
I'm going to Google that.
Yeah.
It's a cult classic.
A cult classic.
So when was that written? When was that written?
I listened to it in the car on the way up.
Okay.
It was in the 90s. I think it was late 90s, and it created a lot of tension within their situation because the record label hated it and they dropped them, and then they got picked up again and bought back for like 5 times the amount that they paid for the record, and it ended up that the small label that bought them back was a subsidiary of the major label that dropped them in the first place.
Okay.
So
okay.
it was
A
like
nice twist.
yeah,
Was there a
it's
little bit
big
one of them
story
then,
around
or?
it, potentially.
Potentially, but we're not going to go into that.
But Wilco,
We don't want to
one
get.
of
We
the
don't
best
want
bands
to
in the world.
get. Martin produced. We mentioned earlier on.
Yeah,
you're
Martin
working with
Tureffi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's it like working with him?
It's great. He's a real nutty kind of guy. He's from
Okay.
Sweden.
Okay.
He does a lot of pop, and he's made his name in pop. But he's got a penchant for the weirder side of producing.
Okay.
So we just have a really good time in the studio, like just doing weird stuff really, and like writing together a bit, and
Is
like
it
using
experimental and stuff?
yeah,
then?
and he's got all this old gear with like space echoes and stuff, and we'll record something that sounds really normal and put it through something and mess around loads, and it's basically just like deconstructing. Like I'm really about songwriting, but I'm also about deconstructing it and kind of pulling it apart a little bit and seeing the, I don't know, just
So you're upcycling.
upcycling,
Yeah.
recycling.
Yeah, you're recycling stuff and you're making it
Upcycling's the
different.
new recycling.
As long as we're not downcycling.
No. You're
Always
definitely
going-
upcycling. Definitely
Yeah.
upcycling.
So that's fun.
Brilliant.
I'm feeling very relaxed now, aren't
Yeah.
you? You got that.
I'm feeling a little bit more relaxed now. I'm going to take the microphone because I don't know whether that dangly one's working. It was last night. It appears not to be now. Apologies to the viewers at home. We did have a slight technical.
Oh, hello.
We're introducing Patrick a little bit early, but there you go.
He
Josh.
can't wait to get back in here because
Josh, we're gonna release you to get ready.
Okay, goodbye.
Yeah, goodbye, Josh. Don't
Good
break a
luck.
leg.
Thank you.
Yeah, definitely don't work a leg.
Looking forward to it, mate. So we spoke earlier about the milk bar, and we kind of touched on your musical roots.
Yeah.
Which are astoundingly amazing, I have to say. What does that say about Amit Dattani's personality in general?
I like old stuff.
Do you collect old things, or is it kind of the musical version of Antiques Roadshow with you?
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now.
Do you-
To ask you that. Always want to ask.
Do you feel like you were born in the wrong era?
Yeah, I think no. Well, to a degree, yeah. I mean, I like old instruments and I like old sounding stuff, that's how I've approached my album in very much a kind of that kind of stripped back vibe. which kind of harkens back to stuff that I listened to, which might have been from the 40s onwards, or even earlier than that, really. But I just like simplicity as well.
Because the musicality of that era was quite
crazy,
astonishing, wasn't it?
I think people were having to cover a lot of ground.
Yeah.
Because often you couldn't afford to have loads of different musicians and stuff with you, so you would have to, that's what I really like about, for instance, fingerstyle playing, because you've got to cover the part of the bass guitar and the harmony and the melody and stuff.
And it was mainly live, wasn't it, as well?
Yeah,
it wasn't,
totally.
It wasn't very much where, nowadays you can get on a computer and you can
no
overdub.
auto-tune.
And
That is
don't mention auto-tune. I hate auto-tune.
Who is it? Yeah.
What
horrible.
instruments do you play?
So I play guitar and banjo, my main instruments really. Sometimes we've been seen playing something called kalimba, which is a thumb piano.
Yes, got one of those in the shed.
Yeah, but mostly guitar and banjo, kind of stringed.
Is that why you wear the picks, or because the banjo?
The picks just kind of came about because I used to hold a plectrum, and I started using.
I was going to
the
say wearing a
fingers.
plectrum's very good. I'd love to see that.
Yeah, I got good in red. It used to look good in red. But yeah, I gravitated towards the finger picks. It just gives me a bit more articulation, a bit more clarity and speed.
Okay.
I can't seem to play without.
And I've noticed you play pointing as well. What's that? Is that?
I just like to point to people while I'm playing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I was told really not to mention that, just in case you had like some arthritis or
Well,
something going on.
what happened was about 10 years ago. There was I was swimming in the sea, and there was an incident with a shark.
Okay. Did you beat the living hell out of it?
Yes.
Good.
It was actually quite traumatic. No, it's just how I ended up playing, really.
Okay.
So I used to play with a plectrum. And
So the shark incident did happen. It was actually true.
Yes.
And you said go that way.
Yeah.
And you thought that would be a good way of.
And I pointed, and in the meantime, I
Brilliant.
kind of just said, "Don't use
And
that."
we were hoping you'd say something like that. Actually. We were praying.
Patrick, how was that for you?
It's wicked.
Oh, do you know what?
Cold, but
Do you know
wicked.
what? Unfortunately, the heater tripped all the lights on this circuit. It has been tested by.
That's my music. No.
You were just too hot to handle.
You're
You even
right.
took out the green lounge.
Sorry.
You even took out the green lounge.
No, it's cool.
Yeah.
No, really liked it though.
No, it's
Yeah, I
beautiful,
think
mate.
it's wicked.
Beautiful. Really, really good. So yeah, you want this, don't you?
I would say, like, people have said that the audience, the Treehouse audience, are a particular type of audience because they're all quiet and they look at you and their focus is totally on you. Whereas if you're in a pub or a bar and you're playing and everyone's just chatting, so it's 100% all about you, and that's the vibe, isn't it?
Yeah,
when
I
it
was
comes to
less
Treehouse.
when I realised that everything had tripped and there was no sound. I was less worried about it here than probably would have been.
There was sound going out to
Yeah,
broadcast.
Okay, that's all
we
right.
only
Yeah.
lost 3 of the 6 cameras. It was absolutely fine.
Yeah.
Live stream still went out.
Yeah, no, it's brilliant. Yeah.
We just went down to 50% capacity.
Yeah, we were running on candles. And even they weren't very bright,
There
to
was
be
someone
fair. I
else.
need better candles as well. That'll be in the post-production meeting, don't you worry. Somebody's going to get it for that. One very quick question we asked Josh earlier on, because we're waiting for Josh to perform. How does performing solo for you differ from the whole collective thing, the collaboration stuff?
I don't know. It's just simpler, isn't it? And like you said, like you almost have to think about like doing guitar melodies and bass parts and all that sort of stuff. And being a guitarist, naturally, that's kind of my bag.
Okay.
Yeah. Thanks. Yeah, it's just different. I mean, I've actually started to play with a band again recently. And it makes you think about having written songs just for an acoustic guitar for the past few years, playing those as a band. It's completely different. So it's actually opened a few different sort of avenues and stuff.
Brilliant.
Recently.
Cool.
Have you got an album coming out?
I've got literally nothing.
Right.
Literally, I've
Literally nothing.
Well, you know, there's. Anyway, I'll talk to you afterwards. Part of the swap is for you playing here is that you come in the studio and record a live EP. That's
cool.
part of the deal. That goes for both you and of course Josh. We're going to go out to social media and see what's happening on the outside world.
The atmosphere is amazing and the music is great.
looking for flowers, who she saw in Leeds last year.
Shout out to Lee Saunders. Stuff. Yeah, who's watching from home, played the October sessions last month.
And a big shout out to Kevin James Hadley, watching from an island in Thailand. Hopefully, Mila.
Last one. There's a lot of talent on show tonight. By the way, a little birdie told me it's one of the presenters' birthdays tomorrow. Well, it's not mine. Oh, well, that narrows it down. We'll find out later.
Right, I am going to put my glasses on for this bit. So, well, we're on to our final act of the evening, with gigs coming up in Bristol, London and Leeds. We are really blessed to have him here, performing what he describes as a dreamy blend of indie folk and country with a splash of psychedelia. Please prepare for a stripped back and incredibly, I can't say this, ear-cuddling set. Ladies and gentlemen, please warm your hands for Josh Flowers.
I stole every one of my best friend's clothes. Now I'm walking through a city where no one knows me. But it's calm, so calm, and she's warm like the grooves in your favorite record. Like the grooves in your favorite record. I stole every one of my best friend's clothes. Now I'm walking through a city where no one knows me. But it's calm, so calm, and she's warm like the grooves in your favorite record. Like the grooves in your favorite record. And she's warm like the grooves in your favorite record. And she's warm like the grooves in your favorite record. Like the grooves in your favorite record. Like the grooves in your favorite record. Thank you. You use a lot of descriptive words introducing me, and none of those really apply when I've just got my guitar. I mean,
you can imagine all the cool sounds. I thought I'd start with a song about being warm, because that might encourage us all to go to a better place. In that regard, I don't often play where I can see my breath, but it makes me think of, there could be a cool song about that, you know, like lyrics floating through the air to the ear, to the, what was it, ear warming or something was there? Ear cuddling. Who wrote that? Aid, come on, Aid. Ear cuddling. This one's called The Silent Type. I got a new friend. He's a murderer, but he won't touch me. I don't judge him and he don't judge me. We met uptown on the corner of his favorite street. Some friendships are just meant to be. And I know he has a heart, because he cries every Friday night when we go to the movies to see old black and whites, the silent type. You might have seen his face in the local publications, or standing in the alcoves at the station. I wouldn't hesitate to say I trust him with my life, though on paper that would seem unwise. And I know he has a heart, because he cries every Friday night when we go to the movies to see old black and whites, the silent type. Ooh. I got a new friend. He don't talk much, but he talks to me. When we go walking by the sea, where he takes his time, writing messages into the sand, and collecting shells up in his hands. And I know he has a heart, because he cries every Friday night when we go to the movies to see old black and whites, the silent type. And I know he has a heart, because he cries every Friday night when we go to the movies to see old black and whites, the silent type. He's a murderer, but he won't touch me. Thank you. That was originally going to be a song about trusting people too easily, and you know, then and the last verse would be like, oh, and then he murders me, and then I'm like singing from beyond the grave, and then I just thought that'd be too obvious, so we're just friends. This one's called Deep Down. I wrote this last week, and then I'm singing it. The reason I'm singing it will become obvious. In a way, it's fine, you're in decline. It had to happen sometime. I should be crowding around your bed with the others, but instead I'm at the bottom of the garden. I'm digging holes,
I'm gonna bury it deep down, and hope it grows. So good night, darling, I hope you sleep well. I'm at the bottom of the garden behind St. James's Hospital. In a way, it's okay when we decay. It has to start one of these days. I should be crowding around your bed with the others, but instead I'm at the bottom of the garden. I'm digging holes. I'm gonna bury it deep down, and hope it grows. So good night, darling, I hope you sleep well. I'm at the bottom of the garden behind St. James's Hospital. I'm at the bottom of the garden. I'm digging holes. I'm gonna bury it deep down, and hope it grows. So good night, darling, I hope you sleep well. I'm at the bottom of the garden behind St. James's Hospital. So good night, darling, I hope you sleep well. I'm at the bottom of the garden behind St. James's Hospital. Thank you. Did you all get why I sang that? Because we're near a hospital, right? Bottom of the garden. There you go. So I'm just going to do one more song. Thanks for listening.
Thanks for cuddling our ears.
Oh, it's a pleasure. My ears are warm, nothing else. I've got some CDs with me. There's 5 tracks on it, and I'm selling them for $5, so I'll stick them on that picnic bench over there. And if you'd like one, come and get one after this. And this last song is called Silver Medal. I could do worse than seeing you tonight. You could do worse than drinking by my side. I could do worse than sleeping in your bed. You could do better than letting me. So I'll be your silver medal, and you can be mine, and we'll pretend that we're golden for just one more night. I could do worse than seeing you tonight. You could do worse than drinking by my side. I could do worse than sleeping in your bed. You could do better than letting me. So I'll be your silver medal, and you can be mine, and we'll pretend that we're golden for just one more night. You can be my silver medal, and I can be yours, and we'll pretend that we're golden, like I once thought we were. Ooh, ooh, ba-da-da-ba, ba-da-da-ba, ba-ba-da-da, ba-da-da-da. So I'll be your silver medal, and you can be mine, and we'll pretend that we're golden for just one more night. You can be my silver medal, and I can be yours, and we'll pretend that we're golden, like I once thought we were, like I once thought we were, like I once thought we were, like I once thought we were. Thank you. Thanks, Treehouse Sessions, for having me. See you soon.
Wow.
We're not pretending that was golden.
We're not pretending that was golden. It's
amazing.
We're kind of microphone spaghettied at the moment. We don't know where anything's going. We were going to apologise to the viewers at home about the dropout in lighting and stuff, but we're not, because we're doing a great job, and it's the first time it's happened. Live. If it didn't spoil your enjoyment, it shouldn't have done. Yeah. What a show.
What a show.
Shall we share a mic and they can share a mic? There you go. Look at that. We're all at 6s and 7s.
Well, social media was wicked, and I think it's been the best looking presenting format we've had, but personally. But other than that, you know.
If you do
somebody had to say it,
yourself,
didn't they?
Somebody had to say it.
Thank you, guys. Josh
The
Flowers,
artists.
Amit Dattani, and Patrick Brewer.
Brilliant.
Particularly the jaunt down from Leeds. Hats off, mate. If I was wearing one to cover my rubbish hair up at the moment, didn't have a chance to go to the hairdressers today, then you know, I would have taken my hat off. Thank you so much to the crew.
Yeah, brilliant. What a great
Some people have some idea of what goes on, but ridiculous, running around changing fuses and trying to plug things
Even
into
made the
different
lights
plug
work.
sockets. They've made the light. Well, I made the lights work.
We
but-
already have
You know,
a date
part
for
of the
the next Treehouse, so let's.
Yes, but we're not going to reveal that, because we want people to sign up to the newsletter in order to get those.
Oh,
that
yeah.
was the deal. So yeah, we have got a
Sign
December
up,
show. We
sign up.
have got a December. But if you want to know what it is, and you want to know earlier than anybody else, sign up to the newsletter, and we'll reveal that before it goes live on the website.
Okay.
It just remains for us to say we've been Vic. Yeah, we've been Fran, we've been Aidan, we've been James, and we'll probably still be those same people in the morning. Can we please roll the
Hopefully.
credits? Big round of applause.
There are so many words I'd like to say. There are so many places I'd describe, or dances I'd show you if your legs would follow. suit. How will I catch your eye when your eyes are pointing away from me? Or synchronize the need in you and me, beautifully sweet. If I could make you understand with the wind from a wave of my right hand, a signal would cross between lips and eardrum, and I would read your mind and you read mine, and I would read your mind and you read mine. Here it goes. Oh, 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 oh. But mischances, circumstances could have changed. Ideas hidden, not forbidden, just intimidated by the possibility of laughter. Shame thereafter, you never spoke again. If I could make you understand with the wind from a wave of my right hand, a signal would cross between lips and eardrum.